I'm Brianna Moreau, and today I'm going to be telling you all about nerves. This video will be in two sections. First, what exactly is the nervous system, and where in the body are the nerves located? And then we're going to talk about what the nerves help your body do. But first, we have to establish what they are. Your nerves are cable-like structures that run all throughout your body to the brain. These nerves are made up of neurons, which you can find mostly in your brain and spine. These cells are what make up the entirety of your nervous system. So before we can understand how the nerves do their job, we have to go down to the small stuff and know what just one cell looks like. Next to me is a picture of a neuron where we can see the cell's main body, housing the nucleus of the cell. We can also see the axon, which is this long tail-like structure that passes information along to the next nerve cell. And finally, the tendrils that receive those messages are the dendrites. Each of these signals also has to pass through synapses, or the space between each neuron. These neurons connect in a chain-like formation, where if I, for example, flick the bottom of this chain, the movement will go all the way to the top and then back down to the bottom. All of the nerves outside of the brain and spine make up what is called the peripheral nervous system, while the brain and spine are called your central nervous system, and what are actually interpreting any signals that are received. Now that we actually know what consists of the nervous system, we can get into what the nerves are doing and how they do it. As I mentioned before, these neurons send and receive signals through the axon and the dendrites. But more exactly, the neurons send electrical impulses through your brain and the rest of your entire body to help you feel things and move your body. The electrical impulse is then converted to a chemical signal as it travels through the axon to another neuron, triggering the nerves to release neurotransmitters, which bridge a gap across the synapses. This function happens in a chain-like system all the way to the brain, which then sends back a signal explaining what to do in response. This function is also what makes reflexes work. So reflexes do work a little differently, so let's break that down, shall we? Many of us already know that a reflex is an action we take in response to a stimulus, like the infamous hands on stove example we've heard time and time again. A reflex allows us to remove ourselves from danger before we even realize there is danger. This nerves include things like reflex arcs, which respond to stimuli before the signal reaches the brain. There are two kinds of reflex arcs. Monosynaptic, which involves just two neurons and has to travel between only one synapse before the reaction happens. This would be one sensory neuron and one motor neuron. The other kind of reflex is a polysynaptic reflex arc. These kinds of reflex arcs include one sensory neuron and one motor neuron, just like the first kind. But the difference is that the signal has to pass through at least one more neuron before the reaction happens, and makes the signal pass through more than one synapse. And now you know about your nerves. It's been nice nerding out with you. I hope you enjoyed it. All my sources are in the description. Bye!